All right, so the coin we are covering today is the REN protocol or the REN coin, which is getting absolutely demolished today. It's down 9% to 43 cents. The last time we covered this, it was at 86 cents and it has got cut in half in just about the span of 30 days. REN protocol is one of the projects that I am the most bullish on and very heavily biased because I think my REN bag is just about as big as any bag that I have. It's probably my third biggest bag. So definitely take this with a grain of salt, not financial advice. Do your own research for sure. But REN Protocol is one of the interoperability plays for 2022. They've been around since 2018, but they recently have launched the REN VM mainnet, which is going to be, at least in my opinion, very bullish for them next year as the interoperability theme really takes over. Yeah, it has some very big names behind it. One being Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research. They are not just invested in REN; they literally acquired REN back in February of this year. REN is going the way of the Dow, and Alameda just acquired the whole team, brought them onto the Alameda Research umbrella, and they are now a part of the Alameda team building REN internally, which is very bullish because Alameda this cycle and Sam Bankman-Fried, you really couldn't fade them, and they also have Ari Feldman from Block Tower, who is very heavily invested in REN and sees very very big things for them because that narrative of interoperability is one theme that a lot of the big money is paying attention to. But for whatever reason, REN has just gotten kind of destroyed in the last 2 to 3 months. It was up in the kind of $1 billion range, where I still thought it was undervalued, and now today it's sitting at 430 million in market cap, and that's fully diluted because there will only ever be 1 billion REN, which makes it easy to figure out because if it's 43 cents, it's $430 million. If it's $4.30, it's 4.3 billion. It's easy to keep track of where your market cap is and where your price is. But yeah, in coin market cap today, it's number 138, still on the second page. And if you guys aren't familiar with REN, kind of the easiest way to explain what they are all about is they are an EVM compatible layer one blockchain with actual working smart contracts that allows other dApps to build on top of it. So a lot of retail looks at REN as just a bridge when comparing it to similar comps in the space. When in actuality, with the mainnet launch, it is now it's a fully interoperable layer one. So it's fair to value, or at least try to value REN as a layer one. And currently REN connects Solana, ETH, Phantom, AVAX, Matic, even Binance Smart Chain as host chains where you can send assets. And then BTC, Dogecoin, Zcash, Filecoin, and Luna as source chains where you can send assets from. So a little complicated, especially for kind of like the normie retail investors. But one that I think will be very much a part of this kind of next cycle or next year as interoperability becomes more of a theme. And as the market down, goes down, REN is very much tied to Bitcoin. It seems like whenever Bitcoin ticks down just a little, REN ticks down 2% more. So that goes for a lot of the coins, but REN for whatever reason is very heavily correlated with Bitcoin. But yeah, I think the future is definitely bright for REN. The timing, a lot of these things, we've been very early on with Solana, Polygon, Atom, and those, and even Algorand as well. And we're very early on, very right. I think REN is one where we're just probably way too early. I think this is one that in 2022, 2023, 24 could be very big, but I think it's still just very early days for the project as the REN mainnet launch gets underway. But if you talk to any kind of really big brain in the space, especially the ones that have been around for a few cycles, REN is something that's definitely on the radar. So one to at least keep an eye on. Obviously, not financial advice. Don't just go out and buy REN just because I'm very bullish on it. And a lot of big VCs are very bullish on it. But one when on a day when everything is kind of just taking a big old dump. And I think REN and Luna are the two that I kind of stacked up on, fairly heavily today. But yeah, one project that I've just been very, very bullish on, and I just wanted to put out there into the ether today, that we're looking at, and I'm certainly heavily invested in. So take this with a grain of salt, as always. Whenever you're listening to any podcast or YouTuber out there, certainly do your own research. But yeah, it's bloody out there today. But as they say, when there's blood in the streets, especially when it's your own blood, that's a good time to buy. Obviously, not financial advice, but these are the best times to kind of DCA in or buy the dip. But yeah, very interesting day in the market this Saturday, and yeah, just kind of rambling at this point. But yeah, I think in the future, certainly at a $430 million market cap, even just a 10x from here would just be a $4.3 billion market cap. That would put it right where Filecoin is today. I can easily see that happening in maybe the next 12 months or so. I think, long term, maybe there's a potential it could 100x. 430 million would put it at 43 billion. That's just under where Solana is. So, that's, certainly a far reach from here. But, I think a year ago we were probably talking about Solana when it was close to, about $1 billion market cap as well. Or just under it. So, stranger things have happened in this space, but REN is one that we're, very bullish on. But for whatever reason, we've just completely not been able to get it right from a price perspective for a while here. But one that I think has a bright future. But anyway, we'll probably try to do a live stream tonight. Follow us on Twitter to get those live stream updates when those go live. I apologize. I have COVID, so I've got a little bit of a brain fog, so we're rambling a little bit today. But if you're watching on YouTube, if you could hit the like and subscribe, that always helps. It helps the algos. And leave a comment what you guys think of REN, if you're bullish, not bullish, what you're thinking about the market in general right now. And yeah, if you guys are listening on Spotify or iTunes, if you could leave a positive review, that always helps. Hugely appreciative. Any little bit helps the channel and the community grow. But you guys, yeah, as always, thanks for listening. If you want to check out BlockFi, get that free $250 worth of free Bitcoin when you use that link to sign up for the savings account. I personally use a savings account. I love it. It's 9.5% APY on USDT right now, 9% on USDC. So just as just blows the doors off of traditional savings accounts. Really like working with the team over there at BlockFi. And then yeah, the credit card. I use the credit card literally every day. Just bought some Chick-fil-A today from Chick-fil-A, obviously, and use my BlockFi card. So yeah, if you sign up using that link, you get 3.5% back in Bitcoin on every purchase for the first 3 months. Then after that, it's 1.5%. But yeah, I will stop shilling BlockFi here and leave you guys alone and losing my voice anyway. But we'll hopefully be back on the live stream if my voice isn't completely gone later. And if not, we'll be doing another coin analysis for you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.